Okay, we are here on Lantern Rouge. I'll just pause the video for a second. We're going to talk about Pogacar and his today Slovenian cyclist Pogacar. Is it the grip of the brakes or is it the lack of grip of the tyres? Let's find out. We're on Lantern Rouge's channel. Don't know who Lantern Rouge is? Go check out his channel. He's done really well. I helped Lantern Rouge get his channel started back in 2017. He hit me up and we went right into training Sagan, doing TDU, and got him started with YouTube. Coached him up. If you want coaching, if you want to be a successful YouTuber like myself or like Lantern Rouge, join the durianrider.com coaching group. Let's get you started. All right. Anyway, let's talk about here. Let's see what the footage here that Lantern's grabbed from Tour of Slovenia 2021 says. You can see that Tadej in the white jersey is going quite tentatively around the corners because his disc brakes are locking up. Let's just have a look here. Let's just get to the footage here. So you can sort of see this is Tadej at the front, and there you can see he's out the saddle, which is a little bit unusual to be doing. Going up into a corner like that, you might slide back, but he's out of the saddle. He's out of the saddle. Let's zoom in on that. Like, see, he's out of the saddle. Maybe he's trying to shift the weight over the rear wheel to give it a bit more traction, but you know, which is what you do in rim brakes. But with disc brakes, you do that on a road bike, you're going to slide out. Okay, so now remember, Tadej prefers rim brakes. He did the Olympics last year with rim brakes. He won the Tour de France last year with rim brakes, and he's got sponsorship pressure this year to run disc. The same with Team Sky, Team Ineos. They're running disc brakes on road bikes. Man, this is hilarious. Look how skinny he's running. High pressure tubular tires, disc brakes, and a little bit of water on the road. What could possibly go wrong? So he lost a lot of time in this descent, which didn't really matter because it's Tour of Slovenia, not Tour de France. He's got the Tour in mind, so he's smart there. So you can sort of see he's locking up around the corner there, but on the straight he's locking up. So this is not a grip issue, okay? This is not grip, it's more traction. What's the difference between grip and traction, you may ask? Grip is, in my opinion, is when you're tilting into a corner, you don't have your fingers on the brakes at all, and you slide out, okay? Traction is where you're trying to have grip, okay, but a brake power or an acceleration from the drive channel motor, or in terms of the cyclist, the legs is causing a break of traction. All right, so now what's happening here is we're losing traction when he applies the brakes. Okay, he's still got the grip on the road. That's not an issue. He's not losing it around the corners or off the brakes, is he? That would be a problem with the grip of the tire. He's losing traction. People say there's no difference between grip and traction. For this situation, there is. So if he had rim brakes, he wouldn't have this problem. Okay, and all the noobs out there, this is the Dunning-Kruger effect. Okay. Like people out there, they just don't have any personal experience, or they've bought like their $5,000 Canyon, and they live in Holland, and they've never done a descent in the wet on their Canyon Aero 19 kilo disc brake bike. They think it's faster than the rim brake version. It's not, kids.
Yeah, Durianrider, what would you know, mate? I watch GCN, and they say that road disc is good, and the latest is the greatest, and you got to get tubeless and hookless and run your tyres on your road bike for performance at 72 psi. The new Zip hookless, mate, speed weaponry. Yeah, it's sick, bro. It's like $4,000 for carbon wheels and disc brakes. You don't wear your rims out. You just wear out expensive rotors and you pay $4,000 for carbon rims. It's a sick deal, mate. You save money on your rims. You got to buy a whole new bike for Ultegra, 9 kilos, £7,000, mate. It's a bargain.
It's just hilarious. So let's just watch that again. He's losing traction here because his brakes are exceeding the grip that the tire has in the road, exceeding the traction point. Okay, because that traction, oh my God, watch that again. Let's put it in the slow mode. Wow, he fishtailed. That's the brakes, man. Did you ever see that happen with rim brakes in the World Tour? I didn't, never saw that. Let's go down to here. Let's go to 0.5. Let's really slow it down, okay? So watch his rear wheel. Watch it. Look at that sliding out. He almost crashed it. That's what happens. Is disc brakes just lock up too easy. There's a bit of wetness in the road, so it's hard to predict what's going on. And again, he's only been using disc brake road for a few months. He's trained probably 150,000 kilometers or more on rim brakes, and now he's been forced to ride disc brakes. Look at it slid out again there a little bit. Just a little bit of slide out there. But he's got great control of the slide there maybe, because these brakes just grab too much and it's too inconsistent. There's a bit of sheen on the tyre, so a bit of water on the road. So when you combine water and road race tubular with a road race PSI, and there's 25mm tyre and hydro discs and water, it's a bad combination. And at World Tour speeds, bad combination. But what people do is, disc brakes give you better traction. No, they don't. Not a road tyre. They don't. Right? The traction is dependent on the tyre. Okay, it's not dependent on your brakes. I mean, it is, because you can lose traction because your brakes grab too hard. So it's a combination. It's a relationship between the tyre contact patch and how much force your brakes have, and if they exceed it, if they just have too much power, you're going to be sliding over the place. Okay, so grip is not an issue with these tyres, in my opinion. It's just that he's grabbing brakes like he normally does with rim brakes, and it's just locking up. Some blondies there. So there you go. Let's just have another look back here. It's Tadej's sister, by the way, at the end there. She goes for, and so look at this sliding around. There's another one more, and we'll leave it at that. Look at that rear wheel sliding. Vroom, and then he blames the tyres. But did he blame the tyre? Here's the question that not people are going to ask: is did Pog blame the tyres to create a diversion for the disc brakes for Colnago, who UAE team owns Colnago? So this is important stuff for him to be riding disc brake bike, because UAE team owns Colnago. Okay, so basically Tadej Pogacar is the face of Colnago in 2022. Now, so if he goes blaming the brakes, that's not good. Okay, that's bad marketing. So Tadej Pogacar, being a very, very smart individual playing the game, he's just going to blame the tyres, because you blame the tyres, man. I mean, he should have said nothing, but he knows there's a camera behind. Okay, so he's very smart. Tadej Pogacar, very, very smart guy. So he's creating a little smoke screen, a diversion. These stupid tyres, these fucking tyres. He's saying in Slovenian English accent, and he's blaming the tyres. And then probably say, we had a bad batch. This is a prototype tyre. Yeah, no, not good. But we don't know what they're using. We know he's using tubulars. We know that. We know he's using disc brakes. We know that. We know disc brakes on look how skinny that road tyre is, man. That's like my fingers are fatter than that tyre. Damn. I'll tell you what else is fatter than Colnago VR3 down tube that I have. And it is, it's just laughable, man. That people out there think disc brakes on a road bike is a good idea. Traction, just think traction patch. The hydro disc brake bike at World Tour level is just incredibly dangerous, and definitely it's not even overkill. It's just dangerous. Overkill is like you have an M60 as a personal handgun. That's overkill, all right? This isn't overkill for braking. This is absolutely dangerous, and it needs to be abolished from the World Tour, effective immediately.